Hello everybody. All right, we are in. How's it going, everybody? And welcome to the first official episode of On the Block podcast. With me, as always, is the maestro of the evening, Spencer B. Clausen. How's it going, man?
What's up? The maestro of the evening.
I don't know.
That's a good introduction. I like it.
It's a start. With us is the special guest of honor, Bruno. How's it going, man?
What's up, guys? Always good to be here. Thanks for having me tonight.
Oh, thanks for being on the show, man. It's
hell yeah.
Yep.
Hell yeah. We were just talking before we went live. We've got like a group text started to keep up with spoilers and everything amongst us all. And there's 5 or 6 of us in there.
Yeah, we got a good crew in there.
Yeah, it's a good crew. So it's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot of fun this season. I'm glad. Like as of lately, Bruno, we've been talking more lately, getting picked up with things, getting close to Canada, and man, fucking really glad to get reconnected with you and start talking about Big Brother. So
yeah, for sure, man. You guys know what you're talking about. It's always good talking Big Brother with you guys, and even just personal stuff, man. You guys are great guys, great company. Love talking to you guys.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Well, talking about me, bro, not you.
Exactly. Let's clarify.
Now, what about you're gonna be on Evil Dick? You're gonna be on Dick at Night. Talk about that, so everybody can expect.
You know what? I'm so pumped. I get to do Dick at Night throughout season 4, Big Brother Canada 4. I'm really, really looking forward to doing this. And yeah, you can catch me. I think we're going to do it on Thursdays, but definitely check it out. It's going to be a great show. I'm super pumped to do it. Super cool. Pumped.
Yeah, it's going to be super fun. It's always fun to do Evil Dick show.
Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. He's first time I got asked to do it, like I felt like I was like, oh, holy shit, this is awesome. We talked to Evil Dick.
Yeah,
he's a great guy, man. So
guy. No, absolutely. It's just you're just gonna be on 1 day a week. Is that right? On Thursday.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be co-hosting with him every week throughout the entire season. It's a 1 day a week show, and yeah, so definitely check it out every single week. It's gonna be some great stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. And everybody knows you can go. I guess subscribe is what you'd say. But go to at dickatnight.com. Is that right?
I believe
or
so.
evildick.com.
It's something like that. If you look up Dick at Night, you're either gonna find porno or you're gonna find his show. So you're probably good.
And of course, at Evil Dick, EVEL Dick.
Yeah.
But make sure you watch that. It's going to be awesome. Dick does good recaps, so and good talking. But anyway, but hey, we're going to talk about the new house guest, the new house, and this is exciting because you said this is our first episode. It's really kind of our second.
This is our second one.
We did talk about our international stuff, and we still need to talk about that. So we've got like 2 days left to vote for Jace, and for Jace, there's no other options. No, Jason, Tim, and who are you voting for? Did you vote at all, Bruno?
Yes, I did. I'm one of the people that I'm really rooting for Jace. I think Jace is great TV. I think he's great for the show. He's a good player, where Tim is more of an entertainer, I find. It'll be good entertainment for the show, but I want someone that knows the game, knows, he had the 4 horses of the Alliance stuff. I want that. That's what I like to see, and I really hope Jace gets in that house. I really, really, really do. Also, I did vote for Veronica. I know Nikki's a shoo-in. Had to stick with my Italian girl. Just give her a little bit of a sympathy vote, and I went for Jason, Veronica, my 2 picks. Hopefully at least one gets in, but it's looking a little slim. But hey, we got to push for Jace. I hope he gets to play. So
well, I was kind of getting annoyed. Like I listened to Parhar's show where he did a draft. He had maybe Netta, I don't remember who else, some other people, whatever. But like Netta was saying like, oh, it's bullshit that anyone wants Jace to be in the house because you're not a real fan then, or something. It was something so like, but to me it's like, of course, like Lati da, Mr. Tim Dormer, whatever the fuck. Like, but like, and like I can kind of see that, but at the same time it's like, well, that's a tough thing to say. Like, okay, well, this dude may be an international player, and he might have done really well on an international version, but sorry, this isn't in the international version. This is North America version, and it's a completely different game. And it's like, yeah, absolutely. I get it. I get why you want to see Tim. Like, that makes sense. It's fine. Like, but I mean, Jace has just as much possibility to fucking be a crazy person, to be a fucking big player, to be big entertainment, to be a fucking actual mental giant. I don't know.
I completely agree with that. I think, like I said, Jace has played the actual game where he had to think, he had to, make alliances, he had to do his thing. Where again, the way I see it with him, it's just he entertained the crowd to keep him in the game. That's a totally different game. Nothing against the guy,
No.
It's entertainment both ways. It's just which way do you want to go? Do you want to go the Tim way, or do you want to go the Jace way, where you might get some more strategy involved too? It's we win either way, but
Yeah.
I'm hoping for Jace. That's
That's what it comes down to, is that both of them are probably going to be entertaining. So whichever one is more entertaining is a win for us. So that's what I'm excited for.
Yeah, no, they'll both bring different things to the game. I think that Jace would come in and start trying to orchestrate strategy. I think that he'd want to start playing from the get-go hard.
Well, motherfucker has a lot more to lose than
Sure,
like Tim. Sure, he's coming off of a win or whatever, which it's like you want to of course you want to win international, but like motherfucking Jace has been kicked in the nuts more often than not in this game.
Yes, no, absolutely.
Like either I want to see that motherfucker get kicked in the nuts again, or I want to see him redeem himself. Give that dude the chance.
There's such a good chance that he won't even make jury.
No, exactly, which is
so,
amazing.
exactly.
So amazing.
If he gets there and just plays hard, and it's great to watch and then make jury. That's just awesome for the outside world that gets to hear Jace's Twitter rants.
Do you think that he's gonna come back into the public sphere after he doesn't go in?
I honestly couldn't say about that. I would think that if he plays and doesn't make jury, he would come back in and try to be a part.
Of the community,
Bruno,
I'm
what
saying.
Do you think, Bruno? What do you think?
It's tough because he did play a long time ago, and there's a lot of new fans that never actually got to see him play. And Twitter is a lot bigger now in the Big Brother world and all that stuff. So hey, man, maybe he will get involved again. Maybe he will. It's tough to say. You never know. But that Veronica girl, I'm pretty sure she's gonna stay the way she is. Nobody's really know who she is, and I feel bad for the girl because even
has anyone seen her Twitter avatar, her Twitter profile picture? Oh wow, that's all I gotta say. Go check that out. It's a big old wow. My tongue rolls out like fucking Wile E. Coyote.
See, the way I see it, man, it's like Nikki's a shoo-in to get in because even if for Veronica, you want to watch her show, people don't understand what's going on. It's in Italian, you know what I mean? And unless you understand Italian, you don't know what's going on. So you're just watching clips of her in bikinis, which, hey, it'll help, but you don't get to see her play, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So that's the thing is people say, oh, I looked her up to see what her show is about, but I don't know what's going on. I don't understand, so I shut it off. That's what everyone's been saying. So, she's guaranteed not to come. I mean, nothing's guaranteed, but she's pretty much guaranteed not to come.
Yeah, exactly. If I was a betting man, I would.
That's the smart money. The smart money's on Nikki.
Yeah, absolutely.
100%.
Sure. All right. Well, let's move on to the Canadians that are going to be playing because we've got, as always, a good crop. There's some people here that I feel like are already polarizing to me. People I really can I can get the vibe on, and other people I'm not really grooving on. But hey, we'll just start going down the list, and everybody will just share our opinions of it. Does that sound good to y'all?
Yeah, sounds great.
Yep.
All right, let's start with Jared. So
Jared,
I'll read. There's just like a one-sentence bio on the globaltv.com website. It says this polite pipeline worker is a brawny sweetheart who will charm the pants off all the house guests. He's got that Emmett vibe we talked about before.
I think like that just as soon as I saw him, that just screamed to me. Like he looks like Emmett. Like he's a handsome motherfucker like Emmett is. Like
he's
a stud, man.
He's Emmett with like Michael Bolton's haircut. somebody, Kenny G. No, that's Kenny
G. Yeah.
I'm just hating because I'm fucking bald as hell.
I'm like, I think.
Bro, me too, man. It's all good. We're
I think
in the same boat, man.
We should really put out a disclaimer. I think like the problem with like when you release these house guests and everyone gets excited like, oh, well, there's my queen, praise queen. Yeah. Like people get so jacked up, and it's like when you. I can't speak for you guys, but when I was doing my pre-season interviews, I was saying whatever the fuck I think America wanted to hear. Like, I was going to say whatever, keep me, I was an alternate, mind you, but still, I was like, they want to hear that I want to be in a showman. They want to hear, that I'm going to do anything it takes to fucking just make great TV. These people are all saying whatever the fuck they think they need to say to get into the game. Once you get into the game, we say this all the time, it's a completely different thing. It's a whole different beast. You're gonna you don't know who you're gonna align with. You don't know if a showmance will come to you. You don't know, like, are you actually gonna be down for a showmance? Like, these all things are just up in the air. So to me, let's take a grain of salt with every one of these little descriptions and every person that's like, I'm gonna my plan is I'm gonna make really personal connections with every single person. Like, that's everyone's plan, fuckface. Like, everyone is planning to do that. So we should definitely take it with a grain of salt and, like,
well, you know what,
you
you say that, but you say I can see it. I can see another side of that, though, is some people don't know the game. The personal connections aren't their strong suit. They're going to get in and click up, and then they're going to create divisions in the house. So we did have some people say that they want to focus on. We do have a lot of people say they want to focus on personal relationships, but
if I ever go back again, I'm not going to focus on any personal relationships. Fuck personal relationships.
Myself and what I saw my man Bruno do. Personal relationships are huge in the fucking house.
Of course, don't
underestimate.
No shit. That's the only thing you can do. Essentially,
I'm gonna tell you right now. When I did my bio and all that interview, I had no idea that that's what it was, and I flopped mine. Mine were horrible. I was, when I look back and I watched them, I was like, man, like, how could anybody be cheering for me?
Oh no, I think you had a bunch of people. Like, I don't know. I thought you had a lot of good fans. I mean, you were definitely one of my early picks, I would say.
That's cool. I
think
I just felt like my bio, because I didn't realize that's what it was. I didn't realize the hype behind it, and I was just kind of very like monotone. I didn't show any personality in it, and so anyway, I felt I flopped. So I just used my experience for these guys. These guys have no idea what's ahead of them, So and it's easy to say when you're in front of a camera and nobody's there saying, "Oh, I'm gonna do this.
I'm gonna fucking big dog." Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you go in that house and there could be that one person in that house that just totally throws a wrench in everything you just said you're gonna do, and you have to, on that spot, switch your strategy. You have no choice.
Yeah, adaptability.
There could be someone that says, I'm going after all the showmances, and there could be a guy saying, all I want to do is get in a showmance. Like, you can't, and then what if you align with this person? Like, you don't know who you're going to connect with. You have no idea who the other house guests are. So you can go in thinking one way, but once you get in there, it's just a whole new ball game. And like I said, like, I don't know who's going to be in the house with me. I can't tell you what I'm going to do because it just, I tend to draw myself towards certain people, or I can connect myself with certain people. What if they don't cast that kind of person? You never know. You never know. So you gotta kind of see what you get. So.
Yeah. So with that being said, everyone take a grain of salt with whatever these fuckfaces all have to say. Exactly.
Okay. But Jared, we overall can say that we all get a good vibe from Jared.
Good vibe, and like it's someone that is fucking that good looking. Like, there's a strong possibility that he's gonna get into a showmance, even though showmances don't necessarily do well. They go deep into the game usually. Kind of, it seems like. So, I mean, you could probably safely estimate that this dude might be going deep, at least in more ways than one. In my
Okay, what about Levita? Levita, I'll read her bio when it pulls up here. Levita, passionate and bursting with energy, this independent girl plans to make and keep as many promises as possible to build trust in the house. She's the one that said, "Hey, you want to get your hair done at 2? I'll do your hair at 2," and she'll do it.
This is where it came from. This is where my hatred and pure just fucking pissed offness.
It's a good idea.
What's the good idea? Being a nice person? Like, it's another Jeremy Dale Maguire. Like, oh, now I've got to be nice to people. Like, it's the fucking no one.
She's going in with a plan in her mind to make lots of little agreements with people and then hold true to them. Like. Just that she's going in with the targeted strategy of, I'm going to make certain appointments and promises with people and keep them for no reason other than strategy. And if she's doing that with everybody, it's something that she can maintain, then she's going to have her hands in a lot of pies. Now, she could obviously totally screw all that up too, and it could be something that she doesn't realize the amount of energy it's going to take to do that, because that also is going to be tough in the house.
It does take a considerable amount of brain power just to fucking keep track of all this little crazy shit, especially if you're fucking making promises like, I'm going to make your bed at 2:15, and you've got 30 of those rolling around.
Sure. And then the house divides, and doing laundry with so-and-so puts a target on your back. So obviously you don't have to fuck with that side of the house, or, all sorts of different things could happen, So, but anyway, no, I'm gonna stand up for her on that one. I think that that's more strategy than then I could name 5 people right now that entered the house with way less strategy than that. So
I'm gonna,
what I'm
you know
saying?
what? That the way I see her, she wants to be that's part of a strategy. Being likable is a good social game. You want people to like you. If they like you, they're gonna think they're with you or you're with them, and they're not gonna want to put you up. It gets you deep in the game, and it just buys her time. I think it's a decent strategy.
Yeah.
It could also make her a pawn, which is also another strategy. She could be the weekly pawn. Who knows? You know how that happened on my season with Brittany. Everyone liked Brittany. No one was gonna get rid of her. You know what it's like. Like that's it. It can go any way. But I think
That's
I
it.
think it's gonna help her social game, man. I think it's gonna be okay. It's gonna buy her a lot of time if she's likable and if everyone gets along with her. It's gonna buy her some time.
Well, one thing as far as her energy level and just social skills, her occupation is she is a CEO and founder of Natural Skincare line. So, I don't know really how big that is.
I roll
I could-
city.
Well, yeah. No, I mean it could be legitimate. I don't know how big of a deal this is, but if she's working on a day-to-day basis with different people and
You know
trying to
who
have
else has a skin care product line?
Adam Pop.
A Nick. Everyone go check out a Nick's Sensi. Everyone go support the fam.
That's not skincare. Since
Whatever. Fuck it. It's all a bunch of bullshit. That's my point.
Well,
It's
well,
all.
If it gets out that she's a CEO, people might target her.
That's
because
yeah.
she won't need the
true.
money.
It kind of
Could
seems,
be.
and yeah, that's the thing is like it almost seems like a Sharon thing from Survivor, where it's like if I knew that she was a CEO of something, that's more like. And then people would also say like it about Neha last year, where it's like, oh, she's a chiropractor, that means she's smart. That literally to me would mean dick all. That doesn't mean she's smart. I'm sorry. Like
No.
like Neha, all nothing but love and respect, but being a chiropractor doesn't mean fuck all to me.
Well, no, not even trashing the chiropractor occupation.
No.
Like Big Brother's smart and social smart is way different than a degree in anything.
Yep, exactly.
So I don't know. But okay, so Levita, she gets she's going to be interesting. Like I said, I want to see her strategy. I want to see how she implements that, and if it ever becomes a big enough thing in the house that it becomes like a feature and they show it in the storyline. Moving on to Ramsey. I always want to say Ramses.
Ramses.
I like this guy. I like
Yeah,
this.
This is
Ramsey,
I know.
Ramsey's my pick.
All right, yeah, you're pretty big on
Adamant.
Ramsey. Let's talk about this. Fun and charismatic, the strategic player wants to downplay his athleticism and play like he's just there to have fun. So digital marketing from Toronto.
I
like this guy.
I like him too, and like for whatever reason, this dude has a lot of hype around him. I think, like Kevin, your season was fucking the most hype player I've ever seen preseason. Like
Yeah.
in my draft, every motherfucker had Kevin number one. Like, so I feel like for whatever reason, like he's given the same vibe, and it feels like it on the internet where people are fucking really excited about him to play. He doesn't have this fucking like I'm a card player like Kevin did. So I don't know where it's really coming from, I guess. Like, he doesn't have anything, like, that's like, whoa, this is going to be a fucking interesting strategy. But, I mean, he's like a diverse character. He seems very smart. He's athletic. Like, it seems like he's just going to be a fan favorite just from the whole time. This dude's going to be fucking set up, I think. I still don't really get why, but I like it. What he likes.
I'll tell you right now, from what I see on him, man, he seems like a laid-back kind of guy, someone that people will want to talk to, can relate to. He seems trustworthy. He's like a guy's guy, but I feel like he probably will get in with the girls. Athletic guy, which I just have this feeling on this guy. But you know what? Again, I only know what I've seen in a minute clip.
Yep.
But from what I see, he seems like this.
Do you
Sorry,
do you consider like kind of the stuff that happens in Canada where it's like a little bit more, where they have these elements of more international, where it's more like, people at home vote, like, does that factor into any of these people? Like, do you think about like, okay, this Ramsey dude looks like he's going to be entertaining to, Canada as well. Does that factor in?
I don't think he's going to be, I'm going to say right now, I don't think he's going to be entertaining. I think he's going to be pretty like a low key, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But
Like
I think
motherfucker's in it. He's not fucking around. He's trying to
I just
stay.
think the guys are gonna want to hang out with him. He's one of those
Yeah.
guys that the guys are gonna gravitate to, and I think that's gonna keep him safe. Where all the big dogs go after each other or whatever happens, I think he's one of those guys. Now the X factor for me is gonna be Nikki. Nikki's the big X factor because she has that giant personality. She might get on his nerves. She might call him out. She is the big X factor
Yeah.
for Ramsey for me. That's the big X factor.
Another thing about Ramsey, and I want to say this before we move on to Maddie, but with the pool table there, that increases the likelihood of guys alliance like fucking 100-fold.
Big time.
So I definitely see something there starting potentially, and he would be in on that. So now that could either like kill his game or help his game. So just that's something I do worry about him. A trap potentially, pitfall.
Yeah,
So,
that pool table is huge. That's huge. That's huge.
Yeah,
huge.
because that's gonna be guys bonding around that. That's gonna be an interesting thing. And not to say that the girls won't play, but historically, it's guys will spend more time killing, more time wasting time.
And the thing about that fucking pool table is that it's not out in the blazing fucking sun like ours is, where it's like half the day you can't even play with it because it's too hot to put your goddamn arms on. Like that thing, there's gonna be at least 2 dudes just on that thing the whole entire time. Like pool table is such a godsend, like just for the sake of boredom and stuff. I tell you,
if that was on my season, that table would have been used all day, every day.
Every day. Bruno would have worn that felt off of that table. But all right, moving on to Maddie. She says strong, confident is how she'll play the game. She's funny and witty and not afraid to get dirty. I don't know what that means. She's 21, a server from Vancouver, BC. She looks like a little cutie, man. Looks like she's chipper as fuck, man. Seriously.
She seems like she'd be fun to party with. Does she know the game? I don't know from her bio. I don't know if she knows what she's kind of getting into. But she's got a piercing, so it means she's somewhat a part of like some sort of counterculture. So, she might be able to like pick up some friends real quick.
Yeah, what do you think, Bruno? Powerful vibe off of her, or you think she's just going to be a part of something until she gets kicked out?
I think she's gonna be part of the drama, and I don't think it's good. I don't think she's gonna go. I don't know. I don't think too much of this one. I mean, I could be wrong. Again, I just see her being a key part of drama. Again, the Nikki factor. I don't think she's gonna get along with Nikki. She says she's gonna get along with girls. Nikki is a big personality. Not gonna go good for her. I don't think so.
Man, it did fun to like anticipate how they're gonna play against possible unknowns.
Yeah.
Because like we don't know how any of these other people are gonna act. Cassandra and Dallas and all these people we haven't even talked about yet. These people could just act. They could be 10 times worse than Nikki ever dreamed about being.
That's true. That is true.
Like all we have is her to compare it to, and you see how that style of personality could really conflict with anybody.
Well, you put Nikki in any season, and it literally changes the season completely. And it's just one player, but it literally is a huge factor in any season.
Absolutely.
So it changes a lot.
Well, all right, all right, hey, Raul. All right, Funny and Social Raul is here for the experience. He plans to avoid strategizing and just wants to go with the flow. 21 from Calgary. And he's a fashion stylist.
This might be someone that probably doesn't know what the fuck they're doing. Maybe, I don't know, because that just seems like that bio isn't trying to pick up fans at all. That seems like an earnest bio. Like that's literally what he means. I don't know.
I've tried to be like, kind of like nice about it, but this dude, he kind of gives me the creeps. I talked about it a little bit off camera, but something about him just I don't get a good vibe from him. I hope I'm way wrong. I hope he ends up being just the coolest dude in the entire world.
No, why? No, I don't hope that.
No, I mean just because I don't know this guy and I'm doing it based on some bullshit couple sentences in a bio, basically.
No, I want him to be like a
video. But no, what I'm saying is I feel slimy after hearing him talk for a little while. And if everybody else does too, then it's going to be bad news. So
I'm just I'm hoping he's like maybe a Big Brother 9 Joshua. I don't know.
Okay.
Like that's what I'm hoping for, where it's just like motherfucker, like he's gonna just say some real bad shit, like he's gonna stir the pot, like that's pretty much, and like we're gonna meet all of them, so it's a little bit different for us. Where it's like it'll be cool to meet everyone, but like for the sake of like watching the show, like I want some shit stirs. I want some fucking. I want some just badness, some badness. Like I hope he reveals that someone has gonorrhea. You know, like that's what I want. Like you know.
I think this season there's going to be a lot of drama. I think he's going to again be involved in the drama. I think he's gonna say what's on his mind, and some people aren't going to handle it too well. And
Well, what was
I think
your
he's
gut
gonna get
reaction when you first saw him, Bruno? What did you first think? What did you first think? Were you does he seem like somebody that you'd align with immediately, or?
It's tough to say. You know, he immediately, now I don't want to stereotype, but he reminded me of Gary. You know, he really did. He reminded me of Gary, and he was just like that in your face, doesn't care. That's the first reaction I got. And I feel like he's that kind of guy. He's going to say what's on his mind, and he doesn't care. That's the way I see it. I might be reading it way wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, man, he seems like he can talk, and he's going to be good at talking, and he might get in. And he says he wants to get in with the guys, right? That's what it was? He likes... So hey, you know what? Is he the one that said he likes, or he gets along with straight guys better, or something? Right? Is that what it was?
Yeah, I think so. I can't swear to it. That comment sounds like that's what comes from him.
And that could be an awesome thing. That could be awesome for him, you know? Like, that could be a huge, you know, just, like, fucking bro up. I mean, season 16, Zach and Frankie, you know, they kind of went pretty far. And, like, you know, me and Spencer, like, we talk about, Spencer, you want to see the, you know, the powerful gay showmance. But, I mean, it's probably could be just as good if it's, like, one very strong...
Pair.
Exactly. A very loyal pair of friends as two boys.
Absolutely.
So this was a wild card for me. I don't think I don't think he's gonna go too deep.
Yeah, so. Like I said, I don't have a really good vibe from him, and I want to stand back and let him prove me wrong. Moving on to Paige, Northern Ontario nature lover whose experience in hunting and trapping will help her anticipate her fellow players' moves. So I guess she's gonna be like.
It's kind of a. I mean, so where is she from, Bruno? Do you know?
Okay, so this is Paige. This is the one.
Yep, this is Thunder Bay. 19 Thunder Bay. That's like
Bay.
above Minnesota, right?
Like an awesome place.
That's really close to me. I think actually, like.
And I believe for her 19th birthday, her mom got her a ticket to go fly out to Manitoba to try out. I believe this is the girl.
Wow,
yeah,
that's
she's actually
huge.
A super fan.
What? Okay, much respect then. Yeah.
She went to the auditions wearing a Judd shirt, so.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah. She had the Judd Bear shirt on.
Yeah. So I'll tell you right now what I think of this girl. I think she's gonna be that sweet, innocent girl. I think people are gonna like her. She might find herself in the showmance. I think she's gonna go deep. I don't think she's gonna win, but she's gonna be like one of those girls that she's safe because she's that sweet, innocent girl. And I think she's gonna be around for a while. And
I think so.
I mean, she's a super fan, so she knows the game. So. Is the strategy there? She's young too, though.
That's the real problem, you know. That is, I think, the very, very real problem. Especially, I mean, on our season, what 15? Like we had a very young cast too, you know, and that caused a lot of problems. You know, the young people.
I'll tell you this too, okay, and this will comment on our season and what I anticipate out of Paige as a fan. Okay, first rule of any game is knowing that you're in a game. Okay,
absolutely.
People from our fucking season did not know they were playing a fucking game. Okay, if she is 19 and a super fan, she'll know she's in a game.
She's doing.
She'll know to play dumb. Dude, you know, if 19 years old, she could nearly get away with murder in that house and played off as dumb, naive, and confused.
Absolutely.
Okay, for about 6 weeks.
Yep.
All right, you put her in a showmance with somebody, then who knows what could happen? All right, because she's going to be someone that I think that people will.
Do you think
the benefit of the doubt so often, unless she gets in there and totally ruins it by being mouthy? But I don't.
Someone like her, do you think it is better or worse for her to get into a showmance? Because a lot of times we talk about how it's so dumb to get into a showmance. You know,
impossible to say. Impossible to say. I would say at 19 years old, she doesn't need to get in one, because if she got into some 3-4 week thing that just fell apart and made it soured on both of their games or something, at 19, that's pretty immature. I mean, not knowing her, but I would say that showmance could cause emotions that would really be poor for her game. So that's what I would say.
But she's a super fan. She could be the McRae to someone's Amanda.
I mean, she very well could.
Nine times out of 10, when someone's in a showmance, it's the guy that's the target. 9 times out of 10, it's that shield in front of her You know,
Exactly.
you saw it in my you see it all the time. It's just
Exactly.
the guy will always go first. She can right to the end. Now, my point is, she's 19 years old. You know, she's young. She does not know what this game's gonna do to her. None of these people do, and I didn't either. Until you get in that house, it's really taxing mentally.
Absolutely.
It's really really taxing. And when you're young.
Yeah.
And you know it can really do something to you. You know it can really do something to your psyche. So time will tell. But if she can keep her head together and her mind in the game, she can go really really deep. But it all depends. She's young. It all depends.
All right, last question on her. How do you guys think that you would have done if you went to the house at 19? Bruno?
I'd have been in better shape. I'd have been in better shape. But you know what? I would have. I don't know. I would have liked to have seen what 19-year-old Spencer would have done because I wouldn't have been as fat. I could have got. I was so immature though.
Speaking
I'd
of-
carried on like a dumbass. I already did that. So.
Yeah. Speaking of 19-year-old Spencer, we should talk about Dallas. I mean, shit. He
Well,
to
we'll
me.
get to Dallas. I
Okay.
gotta stay in order. I'm
Dude,
okay,
I
let's-
wanted to fucking do that little
we'll get
bridge.
to him. Joe, okay.
Okay.
Joe, okay, his likable disposition and early attitude will let him fly under the radar until he needs to shift into gear and take the win. And he's 33, an actor from Edmonton. Okay,
The same age that
What-
you played, Spencer. I think there's
I-
something to
I
be
played-
said about
I-
that,
I
right?
played at 30. I played at 31.
Oh, Gina
So,
Marie was
I played at
33.
31.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm 34 now. God, I just turned 34. 2 weeks.
It's all over.
But okay, this is my thing about Joel. It's like, Joel, you're 33. You're too old to fucking act like a nerd. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, at this point, you're just a dude that people don't really get along with.
Wears bow
That's what you-
ties.
You know what I'm saying? You just have a bow tie and a sweater vest on. But no, I'm not hating on the dude. Honestly, they're trying to shove a character down my throat with him right now, and I can't stand that. So I'm gonna reserve really any real opinion until I see some gameplay, because at 33 he could not fit in, or he could be mature, wise voice of reason, and you just don't know. So like I said, I feel like they're trying to shove a character down my throat with this nerd shit, and I'm just gonna hold off on him.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I don't think he wears a bow tie on a day-to-day basis. I'm just gonna throw it out there. You know, I think I like this guy. I actually I like him. There's something about him, man. It makes me want to cheer for this guy. I think in this kind of house, it's tough to say. I think he's going to be seen as weak. But you know, people just saw Steve Moses win. They saw how good JP was. This character has been there before, and they win.
The
and if
archetype,
these people,
is
and if these people are
established.
cluing into that, they're going to be like, listen, let's just get, because everyone thinks the big guy. You got to get the big strong guy. He's my threat. Listen, that mental game is just as important, if not more. I would even say it's mental before physical in that house, because the physical comps you can only win so many. There's a lot of mental comps.
Well,
When you're on top with your mind, you're on top of the game. If you can control people's minds, you're controlling the game.
Absolutely.
And for me, that's the way I see it. So I think this guy's good if he has that kind of game. Now, I'm just assuming that this guy is as smart, can manipulate.
Yeah. He's
I see. This is what I see with him. Okay, I don't see him as like the Jordan, like you were talking about, of Ian Terry, or even the Steve
Yeah,
Moses.
I wouldn't put him at that level. For
no,
sure.
no, no, no. And I'm not even talking about like gameplay. I'm talking about just like character, or the character types.
Yeah.
What I see him more of a Greg Merritt or a Donnie Thompson, or they're trying to fit him in there. You know what I'm saying?
I can say Donnie Thompson.
I think that he's going to get in there with. I think he's going to get in there with with a loud personality. I think there's something behind this guy that'll make him very polarizing. Otherwise, I don't know what's in store for us with him.
Gotta give him ups. He's fucking part of the nerd crew. I feel like I'm a member of that archetype of just the nerdlingers. I didn't fare so well, but at the same time, I think that I don't know. To me, it's like one of my fucking, like, you have to feel an affinity towards a beard guy, Spencer. Like, regardless of the beard guy, don't you always? I'm like, you have to be like, I'm part of the Beard Boys. Like,
Yeah, I mean, sure.
like, it's a
yeah.
relatability factor,
Everything that you think is arbitrary anyway. Yeah. No, I don't know. Like I said, this is a nerd character, but I see Mitch, which we haven't gotten to yet, is more of the Jordan or the Ian or the that kind of thing. That's what I see. So that's what I'm saying. This seems way more of a character. They're trying to almost like a red herring. Like we're supposed to think he's this nerdy guy, but he's really going to be pain in everybody's ass. You know what I'm saying?
I can see that. I can see that for sure. I would like to see that too, actually, because yeah, he's definitely like the most pure archetype of nerd guy there ever is. Like he's doing everything you do to be the nerd guy.
It's the extreme for sure.
And at 33, they could have found a younger nerd. There's plenty of nerds out there. This guy, like I said, I hope he's got a real strong personality.
Who's up next? Because I think you touched on something
Kelsey.
that's fucking okay. We'll
Kelsey,
wait
you're
for
talking about her guy, a free-spirited sweetheart who's looking to make new friends and wants to win without getting any blood on her hands. She's 25 and a flight attendant and bartender. So, and also a super cutie. So, Kelsey Faith.
Kelsey.
I'm gonna throw it out there, man. As crazy as it sounds, I think this girl is gonna win or get deep, bud. This is man. I don't know what it is, man. This girl, I think she's going at least final two, man. I'm giving her final two.
This is the Ashley. This is like the.
This is the Ashley.
The Ashley, yeah. Like she looks like that very like what do you guys call it? Girl Next Door? Is that like Canadian Girl Next Door?
Sweetheart.
The sweetheart, absolutely. She seems like she's definitely filling that archetype of, the wholesome.
She's playing a $20,000 game before she even walks in that door. That's the way I see it. But hopefully she proves me wrong.
I like that. She seems
to cut that check.
She seems innocent.
I'm ready man, if I had that kind of money to sign away, no problem. Man.
She's very innocent. I don't know if she's possibly, I guess, going to be in a showman's. I guess I don't know. It's just tough to me. Like I just imagine most girls are going to get into a showman's. I guess I don't know. And like to me, I don't think it's a bad I don't think it's a bad thing necessarily. I mean, you look at season 1, a showman's pretty much won it. Season 2, a showman's pretty much won it. You know. Season 3, I don't know, kind of Sarah and Brittany showmans. Sure, it's not the term showmans, but it's the same idea.
You need more than one showmance to run a showmance safely.
Absolutely.
And in my opinion, and there's lots of opportunities for showmances on this season. So if we could get 2 or 3 showmances that were working together, like that would be really incredible.
I hated that on my season, man.
But it's tough to deal with. It's tough to deal with. Yeah.
I don't know. I've never had to really deal with the showmance. I guess I don't know. Yeah.
It's the worst, man.
Is it? Is it really bad? I don't know.
Man,
I don't know.
I don't want to talk about my season. It's not about my season. But when you have 2 showmances working together and you're forced to work with people you don't trust to get them out, it's the worst. You're almost like trapped. You know? It's just,
I bet it's got to be.
No. And who you're working with, and you don't trust who you're against. You're kind of. It's a bad spot.
And please give us your perspective on your season the whole time because. It's a good. I mean, of course, but at the same time, it informs the decisions. It informs like what could be the future. I think that the season before the newest season always deeply informs what will be in the next season, kind of thing. Where it's like because of like the nerds keep winning, fucking. Well, then, motherfuckers, you better get fucking recognizing that, and you should go after the nerds, right? Like, fuck that shit.
I agree. I think it's the big, like the Jared in this season or I think they're gonna have a hard time because they're gonna be targeted just because they're the big boys. The guys are gonna be threatened by
them.
Absolutely.
If we look and see fucking Emmett. There's no way that motherfucker would stay in my house. Or, I'd be like, I want Emmett gone. Emmett-looking motherfucker, I want him out because Emmett was just the best, for season 1.
He's a monster.
Exactly. He had everything going for him. I could suck his dick off just a bunch, but like again, it's the Big Brother Canada 4. I love Emmett.
All right, let's talk about Phil.
I drink his milk any day.
Let's talk about Phil. This outspoken heartbreaker is not looking to be sensitive to the feelings of others.
Okay.
He'll do whatever it takes to win. I like Phil. I picked him in my my draft with you guys, and anyway, I'm looking for big things out of him. Honestly.
Yeah, I think he seems decent. He seems like he's kind of in that same kind of big boys, like a region of archetype. Who knows what the fuck is gonna happen with him? I mean, I'm sure we're not gonna get into anything, but the people out there may know some spoilers. But it's kind of interesting, curious. We're not gonna get into anything. I'm just gonna say he looks like a fucking idiot. I don't know. From this picture, it looks like he's.
He looks like a dope.
He looks like a dipshit. He looks
Dude,
like a
he's
goober.
21. He's a young guy, university student,
DJ.
and a DJ slash DJ.
Slash.
So,
And he says
I like
he's
his- I like
athletic,
his
social
personality. I like
butterfly.
his personality in this video. So
Yeah, he seems like a very general house guest that probably has the opportunity to go deep in the game, at least to the middle, maybe. I don't know. Bruno, what do you got?
All right, man. This is my Ottawa boy. He's from my neck of the woods, man.
Okay,
I'm cheering
okay.
for him. I don't think he's gonna win, but you know what? He's got my support. I'm gonna support him the whole way through. I want him to win. I hope he brings it home for Ottawa. Something I couldn't do. I'm in his corner the entire way through. I'll tell you that. Is he gonna win? No. Great dude. I'm sure we're gonna get along great out of this house.
Yep.
But I think he has what it takes, but I just think he's gonna be too much of a target. I think his mouth's gonna get the best of him in the house. You just tell by his bio. I think his mouth's gonna get him in trouble. But I really do hope he brings it home. Again, something I couldn't do. I couldn't bring it home to Ottawa, and it's just nice to have that partner here now. And I can't wait to just hang out with the guy after. It's gonna be awesome.
He says that in one of his questions, it says, "Who's your Big Brother Canada idol and why?" And he says, "John Party, season 2. I feel like we're gonna get along great. Have a few pints, watch some hockey. Oh man, I gotta meet that guy. I wouldn't say I'm gonna be like him in the house. I mean, he's John Party. No one can be him. But I think we're boys, and I think we'd see eye to eye on everything. I just have a bit more edge to me." And if you know John, that's come on. This guy does not have more edge than John,
Okay,
right?
so what I get from that is he probably just watched his season once while he was auditioning for the show, and he's gonna try to be a John Party.
Yeah,
That's what I see. He doesn't know the show. That's pretty much, if you
Well,
know John Party.
But at the same thing, John didn't know the show. Motherfucker,
right.
figured that shit out on
Hey.
the fly, and
Sometimes that works to your
Absolutely.
Sometimes when you know too much of the show, it works against you.
Yep.
Sometimes going in with that blank slate, not knowing what's coming next, not knowing what's going on, sometimes that is huge, and that's what you need. And it could work. I mean, and I think this season's a season of a lot of people that aren't super fans. My season was all super fans. I find this season has, 2? That's not a lot, and that brings for more drama. That brings
great.
for a lot more, mistakes, as a super fan would call it. But really, I think it's great TV, and I think it's going to be a lot of entertainment. I think this is going to be the best season. I actually think this is going to be the best season.
yeah, we were
Yeah,
talking about that.
you texted that today, yeah, and you said
Yeah.
you think it's gonna be. Is so far what I've seen the cast is, like you said, the lack of super fans is gonna help the gameplay. Hopefully, start getting crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because people that don't know the game or don't know the game that well, or people that want to be the shot callers or just laugh at the party that are turning people the wrong way. I mean, like it can be a lot of fun very quickly. Let's talk about Christine. She is a self-professed game freak and is looking to align with an opposite personality to hers, who she can pretend is her enemy in the house. Okay, she's 47 years old. The pretending it's her enemy in the house seems dumb. That's going to be really hard to carry on for any length of time at all. I see her possibly going early. What do y'all think?
I saw a picture of her. It said that one of her favorite movies is Wayne's World. She was had the Wayne's World hat on, and she was doing the impression.
Half these people don't even know what that is.
Exactly. That's weird to me, but I think that's kind of a cool thing. I think that as long as she doesn't let her being the outlier affect her, she could probably get in deep with someone, she could probably mix it up, get in tight with someone, but as soon as you are aware that you might be the older person, I think that's where everything crumbles. You let that become a barrier to your game. And I think that she seems like she's fun enough where hopefully she won't let that be a barrier, and I think that she could do okay. But that being said, usually age means, your eviction order. You're going
Absolutely.
first, probably. I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? I don't want to talk too much about my season, but I'm going to just say something here. I was the old guy in the house. So you know what I did? I played it up. I played like I was just, I'm just some weak old guy. Don't worry about me. But in reality, I'm 30 years old, man. I'm an athlete, man.
Yes.
I'm a huge athlete. But I didn't want them to know that. Now, it all depends how she plays it off. If she, it all depends what you do with it. Yeah, I could have been whatever. I'm the 30-year-old man, so I just wanted to play it down. Oh, don't worry about me, guys. Look, I have a bad thumb. I'm an old guy. But when it came time to shine, that's when you got to shine. So it all depends how she deals with it. I think she's gonna do okay. I think she's gonna be able to fit in. But yeah, she's gonna be. I don't think she's gonna go deep in the game. But I don't know. I think she's gonna okay. I think she's gonna try to latch on to someone. It could come across annoying because I think she knows right off the bat, being the older lady, like you say, you can't realize you're a little lady, but I think she's gonna try to latch on too quick, too fast, and it could annoy people. I think people are gonna be onto her like, hey, she's just trying to, it's gonna come across annoying. Not
well, it's kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't at that point, where it's like you try to be friends, and then it's like, oh, the old person's trying to be friends with me, right. So it's kind of a sticky situation. I think that she definitely has a great chance to kind of break out of that mold of old people go home first, or can't fucking really play in the game. But again, like if you do play up those aspects of like you're weaker, like even if it's not true, like fucking play that up, and it could
keep me around. I'm weak.
I'm a shitty person. Yeah,
you're gonna beat me. Yeah.
Yep.
I think her game is really gonna. I think there's a really good chance it can hinge on who's the first HOH. If she can have a good relationship with that person and not get on the outs, like if they see her as this 47-year-old woman, reminds me of my mom, reminds me of my aunt, reminds me of this. I like this person. Yes, they're in the flock, they're in the fold. Things are good with us. Like no need to target that person. That's great. If a young person, anybody that gets to the HOH other than her is going to be younger than her. If they're saying, hey, we got to keep young people together, keep these numbers, blah blah blah. She's an easy out. Let's get her.
One of these things is not like the other. One of these things just doesn't belong.
I think that if her ability to kiss the HOH's ass is going to really be what will at least keep her in a few weeks, unless she's just got some awesome social game that
I hope so. I really hope so. I hope she does get to play. I feel bad that it's the same thing every year. You know what I mean? It's always it's the easy out. Sure. She's just easy out right away, and I hope that's not the case this year. I hope she gets
absolutely. All right. Mitchell, okay, a self-proclaimed ringleader, the successful YouTube personality and scientist, reminds me of Nick Uhas, will use his social prowess to be a master social strategist. Okay, I like him a lot. That sentence makes me want to just
that he's like
turn
Nick
on
Uhas?
my computer.
Oh.
You would know, not that, but that sentence, that YouTube personality and scientist wants to use his social prowess to be a master social strategist. It's like, give me a fucking break.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Two different things, man.
Of course.
But yeah, absolutely. But I did get a good vibe from him from his video. I like him, and I hope this dude. I hope he goes far. I like.
Yeah, you saying like this is like kind of what I want to talk about. Of like, you said that Joel, is like he definitely wears the nerd archetype on him, but I think that Mitchell definitely has the true nerd archetype within him. I think that he's gonna be super savvy. He's gonna be super smart. He reminds me of the winner. Spoiler alert of King of the Nerds this year. I can't remember what his name was, but the fact of the matter is essentially that this motherfucker, like, this dude seems like he, like, just being a person of science, like, this dude fucking knows, he's got to be smarter than the average motherfucker, like, so and that doesn't necessarily equate to doing better in the game, but fucking, as long as that motherfucker has his head on straight, like, he should easily get to the middle of the game, easily get to jury, and, that's half the battle, essentially, so... and then after that, it's just all positioning. So I don't know. I think I've got the most. I like him the most. I think that he has.
That's fair enough.
Yeah, some of the best chance to win right now. Plus he's gay, unassuming. Like these are all things that he can use to his advantage. Like this dude seems like he's got everything going for him, and it's pretty much his game to lose. And again, it's preseason, so it's stupid to say, but.
So, what I get off this guy, I get like the Kevin vibe. He's gonna play the diary room. He's gonna play. He's gonna do that. I think he's gonna do that, and I think he's gonna be a fan favorite for it. And good for him. He's used to talking in front of the camera in front of he has like 5 million subscribers or something. So he's used to this. This isn't something new to him. He knows how to work the camera. I think he's gonna do that, which is gonna benefit him. I think for at least the fans and stuff.
Yep.
As long as it doesn't get to his head, and he can go back in that house and just kind of bring it down a bit. Like when you're in the diary room, say what you gotta say. Bring your ego in there, whatever you got to do, but when you get back in the house, tone it down.
Yep.
It's
huge.
And
Yeah.
it all depends. Does someone recognize him in there? Are they going to be like, this guy is this? There's someone in the house that doesn't like
If
smart
someone
people.
recognizes him, that person was cast to recognize him.
Yeah.
Because other than that, like, I don't
Yeah.
know.
5 million subscribers
I
is a
might
lot
be
of
too
subscribers.
old. I might be too old for this YouTube business. But
Yeah.
I mean, I would never in a million years recognize him. And if he said 5 million subscribers on YouTube, I'd be like, I don't care. Like it's one of those things where it's like Frankie Grande, where it's like if he was like my sister's Ariana, I'd be again like, what's that? Is that like a flavored of ice cream or I don't know? Like, what are you talking about? Like I wouldn't give a fuck. So I mean, it could, but at the same time, if I did know Ariana, I would 100% want to get him out more. Like,
Yeah,
so
that's-
I mean, it could
Here's
work
the thing.
against him.
I believe there's someone in the house that doesn't like smart people or super smart people or people that let you know they're smart. All it takes is for him to say that one wrong thing, and she hears it and goes, "Oh, I can't stand this guy.
Fuck
He's that
this guy."
stereotype I don't like, or he's
Yep.
that character I don't." And it just gets the ball rolling.
Especially if you're smart. Like, yeah, exactly. Like, muscles seem scary, but fucking brains are the scariest part of Big Brother,
I think
and that's
I
why
think a smart player over a strong player any day. A smart
Absolutely.
player can make
Absolutely.
moves. A strong player can win competitions, but you can't win everything. So I
Yeah.
think.
Absolutely.
100%. Okay, let's bet talking about my girl, Sherry. All right. Dynamic, vibrant, and full of energy. Her strategy is to be flexible. She's looking to dominate competitions and rely on her intelligence to get her through the game. I like her a lot. So just something about her. I mean, I can't point to any one thing, but I don't know. I'm kind of feeling the vibe off her.
Yeah, I like her too. I think she's gonna be a little emotional, but I like her too. I think she was getting emotional in her bio. Is that the one?
Who are we talking
Or
about?
no, Sherry.
Okay, Sherry. Okay. Yeah, I don't know too much about her. She's a lesbian, right? She's another person where I said it before, where it's like, okay, she's super exotic. Again, she's gay, she's exotic, she's like this. She has the perfect every like nice little thing that like you can kind of work to your advantage in the house. I don't know, like, does that seem offensive? Probably, but at the same time, it's like. You can work that stuff. Like, everything that makes you a little bit different, like, people can see that as, like, a fucking outlier that makes you different than everyone. But at the same time, like, if you know what you're doing, you can use that as a benefit, Like, you can use that as a hardship. You can use that as a guilt trip point. You can use that as fucking anything. So, I mean, just, like, the more that you're a character, the more that you're a different type of person, you can use that. So
Anybody that's pleasant, attractive, interesting, and kind are going to be somebody that you want in the house. And it sounds to me like you're kind of projecting those things onto her. I mean, and fair enough. I mean, we don't know that much more about her, but no, I mean, she seems to be someone that, like Bruno says, could be a little emotional, but if she can keep that in check, she seems like really cool person.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I'll tell you, just from my season alone, I don't know if our season was different, but if you can't live with someone, you don't want them in that house. Our season, all the big personalities went out quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, boom. Yeah, if she can keep her emotions in check, I think she's gonna do great. Like I think people are gonna like her, but I think she's gonna be a little emotional.
And like to be honest, more often than not, I think that people that go home are people that are unlivable to be with. Like I think that people that go home are people that it's miserable to live with. Like because. I valued my sanity. I valued not being angry in the house more than a lot of different things. Like that value statistic.
Early on in the game, when there's not much to base. There's not much to say. For example, there's not a whole lot to not like somebody.
No one's
for,
fucked you over
exactly.
enough
Nobody's
yet.
fucked you over. It's not really it's not really a good reason. It's just got to be somebody that is just not jiving or is for one reason or another hard to live with. But somebody I don't think is going to be hard to live with is Dallas. What? But
Yeah, I was just gonna say some people you just don't connect with. Like
Sure.
I like Kevin as a person out of the house and everything is great. In that house, I don't know what it was, we could not connect. We had this like block. We could not connect. But outside the house, hey man, what's up? Everything's good. But and
And it's something that it's like, again, like, and that's why I bring up the whole thing of like, oh yeah, these are just their bios. Like there's something that's like out there in the ether that like you don't even understand why, like there's something just out there that it's like some people just will never work together. And that's the beauty of this game, is that literally we're seeing like these weird psychological experiments take place all the time,
Sure.
And so it's very interesting to know, like, well, even you guys don't understand why that block is there, but it was there.
It's there, it exists, sure.
So it's super exciting and curious. I love that shit.
Let's talk about Dallas, okay? His loud laugh and beaming personality can brighten anyone's day. His strategy is to win over the hearts of house guests and win over Canada. Okay, he's a welder. Automatically, I'm thinking Adele. I mean, Adele, Wake Up Canada, all that stuff was very.
Bro.
He winning over Canada is a big part of playing Big Brother Canada.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
He's going in there with that in mind. And honestly, he's already a favorite. I mean, like, you hear lots of Dallas love out there. So it sounds like he's already doing a good job of it. It'll be interesting to see if he can pull that off, and through playing Canada, maybe gain aid through twists not hurting him or actually helping him, and that whole thing, because that's possible. I believe in the Big Brother Canada game.
I think you paved the way for him, Spencer. I think lovable beard guy, you really paved the way. I think
I wasn't lovable though.
No. I mean, after the fact. I mean, not on the show, of course. No, I mean, Big Brother. No. Yeah, piece of garbage. But I mean, after the fact, you've really paved the way for the lovable beard guy.
Thank you, McRae.
Absolutely, backhanded, but no. But I think that. Like, immediately, I was 100% on board with Dallas as soon as I saw him, because to me, like, sure, he's got a beard, sure, he's younger, but he seemed like, that's what I imagined Spencer was like at age 24. Like, for whatever reason, I just imagined it. Before you were a piece of shit garbage head. Yeah, exactly.
It's very possible. It's very possible I was that happy one day.
Yeah, I like Dallas, so I think he's going to be great. I hope he can carry that momentum. He has that, like, high energy, hey, I'm the fun guy. You know what? Can he hold that fun guy for 70 days? Probably not. The game could probably start getting to him. The emotions are going to start kicking in. I think he's going to lose momentum. I think he's going to start off strong. Everyone's going to love him, blah, blah, blah. But I think it's,
he's going to crack. He's going to crack.
Yeah, you can't maintain that for 70 days. You can't, man.
And he's one of my early picks to fucking really crack, to really fucking just go off the deep end. I honestly think he might go off the deep end because, like, he seems like people I've also known, like, in my life during high school and stuff like that. And it just seems like, I don't know, he might be the first to crack.
To be the fun of the party 70 days in a row, that's a hard
tough
gig to keep.
Absolutely.
And he might get 30 days, 20 days, I don't know, whatever it's going to be, but it will get tiring, and people might even get sick of it. It's
absolutely.
That's tough. That's a tough role to fill.
So. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, let's talk about Cassandra, because I think she's going to be a trip this season.
She's
if she lasts long enough to be a trip.
She's the definition, I think, of wild card at this point.
Yeah,
just from the reactions that we got when we did our draft, like, I was like, whoa, I didn't catch that vibe at all, but I like it.
Well, here, I'll read this bio sentence. This sassy attention seeker is ready to make the other house guests do her dirty work, both in the game and in the house. So it sounds like she could be a Jessica Walski, okay? If not, like I said, we've talked about our season and try not to, but when Jesse's bio in the very first episode, you can watch it. She's like, "I'm a born leader. If I can only get people to follow me, I'm a born leader." So like I could definitely see her trying to try to be orchestrating a bunch of shit and really just orchestrating her own eviction. So.
Yeah, I picture her, and I love Cindy. Me and Cindy out of the house, we're super tight. We're good friends. I picture her as being Cindy with an S times 100. I think she's gonna be. She's gonna be Cindy with an S on steroids. That's what I see. It's gonna be a mess. It's gonna be a mess.
Yeah, and like when we were talking about we did our draft yesterday, us four. But yeah, when you said that, like literally, I was like, oh my god, I didn't think it never crossed my mind that she was Cindy with a 5. It didn't cross my mind. But then like, cause I was like, she's my Willow, like that's what I thought. Like I thought, cause like
as a Willow. See, I got Maddie written in as a Willow.
I can see that. I can see that. But for whatever reason, like, and I don't think it's like they're the same person, but for like in my head, it's like where I thought Willow was gonna do good. I think the same place as Cassandra's gonna do good. So it's not like it's comparing them as people, but at the same time, I mean, this girl can use her looks, maybe. Oh, I don't know. Like you guys have really had me second guessing myself over this pick. That's like what it comes down to. Is
you think she could use her looks, McCray?
Well, I don't know. Like the thing is, like, all right, here I'm gonna lay it out for y'all. Like her picture is her looking over her ass, and her ass is one of the main focuses of a lot of her pictures. I mean,
I'm just gonna say, it's nice.
Well, I mean, yeah, but that's my point. Is that like she knows what she's got. And I hope that she was the one that really pushed for that side of that aspect. You know, I hope that.
Well, okay, one of the funniest things I ever heard Judd say, okay, was about Gina Marie. He said on day 1 she looked like Pamela Anderson. By day 5 she looked like Beetlejuice. And that is exactly how I see Cassandra. That's exactly how I see Cassandra in the house. It's like she's I'm gonna knock the girl, but you know when they're all in sweatpants with their hair up and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
You know what I'm
saying? This is why I second guess.
I see her attitude. I see her attitude and stuff really get in the way of anything.
Mm-hmm.
So. Now listen, you're McCray talking about like her using her looks and stuff. This is a beautiful cast. All the guys are studs. All the girls are gorgeous. You know, it's gonna be tough if a girl's going in there just on her looks. It's gonna be really hard to use that in the season because they're all beautiful, every single one of them. So if that's your shtick, you know, I'm this gorgeous girl. Well, you know what? Maybe you're second or third in the guy's eyes. And you know, when a girl's not the center of attention, when she thinks that's where she's supposed to be, you know, man, it's never a good thing.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
Then she gets crazy. I'm either way, I'm excited for both. I have her as my pick, and I think I'm still standing by it. I think she might be crazy enough to be a fucking one of those GOAT positions, and not the greatest of all time, like a fucking bring along to the end.
Like
I don't know.
Abby?
Like an Abby, I guess. I don't know. Like a.
Hey man, I could be way off. I could be way off.
Well, like that's like the weird, but like that's the problem is like it scares me because like to me I was like, oh yeah, I think everyone's gonna think that she's probably like the whatever, and then you guys are just like no, that like everyone was like that's my last pick.
Said Willow, and I was like, did we even watch the same bio? Like I pulled no Willow at all off that. I think.
And it's not, but yeah, that's the thing is like she's not like Willow 100%, but in my head she has that position.
She exhibited the quality you saw in Willow that you thought would get her far.
Yes, that's exactly right. That's exactly it. That's yeah. Well, and that's why Willow's my like one of my picks also. Yeah. So
you were big on Willow less.
Yeah. All right. I think now that I'm just hypnotized though, and like now it's just like you see the fucking like swirly durlies, like fucking some real.
I can hear your voice. I can hear your voice.
Oh gosh, oh my god. Is that everyone? Right. Was that everyone? We didn't really hit on the house, I guess.
Well, it's gorgeous as always. Yeah. Dude, the Hondo room. That is. I want to talk about.
That's cool.
John Party. That is freaking awesome. And again, we talked about this on a podcast before, Bruno. You weren't here, but we talked about how Big Brother Canada does a good job of utilizing the equity they already have in these established personalities and house guests. You know, like when John comes in for competition, they've got the Hundo thing. Who knows? Who knows who's going to be coming back from your season to host comps this year or to do whatever? I mean,
well, that was the one disappointing thing I think about like that they gave the 109 or 19199 whatever the fuck
Tower room.
They gave a Tower room and they gave a BB2 room, but I think that where I was kind of like, well, where's the nod to like Big Brother Canada 3? I'm sure they'll do it next season, you know. But at the same time, I was like, there's a lot of
season left, McCray. I mean,
shit,
Bruno's ass could be there hosting a competition next week. You know?
But still, like, come on, they like. That's
That'd be
like
awesome
two
if it
heavy
does.
nods to 1 and 2. Like, where's the
yeah,
heavy
of
nod
course.
to 3? Like, it should be like I want like a fucking like just what was like one of the best things from I don't know I like I wouldn't know.
Those fuck. I don't know.
Twistos.
Yeah.
The
Don't get me
Twistos. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah, they
twist
just had
one.
like a spiral staircase. And
It's like
called,
the Twistos,
the
twist.
Twisto staircase.
Yeah.
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 It's like a giant
shit.
bag sitting in the middle of the room.
Yeah.
Shrine.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
Yeah.
all right. Well, guys, I mean, we've been going on for about an hour. We've talked about these house guests.
Yeah.
Now we're ready to just so that people know that are listening. This is being recorded on February 29th, late day. So we'll actually get to see these house guests in action on March 2nd. Isn't that correct? That's the premiere episode?
Yeah, 2 days.
So,
Yep.
everybody, please put in the comments what you think. Let us know what you think about these different house guests. Let us know if we're way wrong, like McCrae is about Cassandra.
Yeah.
Make sure that you put. What if she gets and then she's like the sweetest
But
angel?
she's gonna
She's-
crush
just-
this season.
One-
Watch.
one day-
I
one day-
love it. I love it.
Hey motherfuckers, my draft rate is really really good. Like we've collaborated from
Dude,
season 3 into Big Brother 17 and like all my numbers are tabulated and motherfucker I'm the top of the draft.
Bruno,
I'm the
yeah,
fucking
man.
best.
He's in about 8 drafts, so like his number. Okay, eventually he's gonna pick a couple of people.
Picks
that-
which one he wants to use.
Yeah, he's gonna win one draft for sure. He's in something else. So, but anyway, all right, Bruno, they can find you. It's at BBCan3 Bruno. Is that correct? Okay, okay. At Spencer B. Clausen for me, and at McCrae Chum. Now, I want to get into serious business right quick before we end this. Okay. Max Dawson and Corinne Kaplan are hosting Survivor with All the Fixins. It is such a badass Survivor podcast. It's funny. It's for grown folks. It's definitely R-rated. It's funny as hell. I mean, they were.
And
it was really-
yeah, I can like
funny stuff. Corinne's addition to All the Fixins is.
I pretty much we pretty much should just cut Max and just it should be the cringe show
Exactly,
essentially. that's what we're trying to say. But I mean, literally, like I think their show is so good that literally I have not listened to their episode because I'm saving it for work. Like I'm saving it so that I can listen to something at work because it's so enjoyable. Like I save all the best podcasts for my work, and like I could have listened to it today and just like cranked it out, but no, I'm saving it. I'm gonna exactly savor it because
Dude,
it's
it is
fucking
so
a
good.
very very good show.
There's Corinne tells stories about sleepaway camp, which I didn't know was really a
The
thing.
movie or
Where
the place? Or
to,
she
like,
went?
5
Oh, okay,
sleepaway
okay.
camps, and it was kicked out for being like violent, like beating the shit out of girls and
Oh,
stuff. And
Corinne.
like, dude, there's
God.
just so much. It's really funny as hell. Max's sound effects are great. He does some really funny things with it, and definitely check it out. I'm gonna be. I'll share the link. It'll be in the description of this video. I want to make sure that people are watching that because if you're a Survivor fan, this is, dude. They talk about
the show.
lots of behind the
It's the
scenes
show.
stuff. Lots of things
Yeah.
like they talk about how they're on the island for like 3 or 4 days, just kind of used to things. They do some confessionals before they've even played in the game and all this kind of stuff. And it's just the shit you just don't even think about or know. And it's so informative and it's funny as hell. So I really want to encourage everybody to go there and check that out, and also to make sure you tweet to Max and Corinne and let them know what you think about their podcast. So.
Absolutely.
But Bruno, you're going to be starting this Thursday on Dick at Night, his BB Can 4 coverage, correct? This
Yeah,
Thursday.
it's gonna be awesome. Yeah, and
Good
it's
deal.
like I said, I can't wait. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be amazing.
Hell yeah.
I mean, super,
Hell yeah.
super cool. So if you, if you're a fan of Yule Dick, you're a fan of Bruno, fucking make sure you subscribe to their pod and get that shit and fucking enjoy the fuck out of it.
Yeah, I think it'll be fun. I think it's gonna be
Yeah, me and Spencer, me and you should just we should just buy it. We'll just go halvesies maybe, and we'll just fucking use the same account so we can just listen in, you know?
Okay, yeah, we should just support
We
Bruno,
should,
absolutely.
exactly, yeah, exactly.
We should.
And then I think the last thing that we should talk about is tonight after this, I'm about to do a fucking Big Brother Canada draft.
Another one. Okay.
Kiss my ass, motherfucker. No, this is the real draft. This is the 3rd annual. Wait. No, it's got to be.
Getting in on
it's-
this or what?
No, yeah, you two are both getting in. I'm gonna fucking hit up every single Big Brother person.
right.
I need your guys' 4 drafts. I need 4 of your whoever is your favorite. They're gonna get points for winning HOH. They're gonna get points for getting, they'll get negative points for getting evicted. my fucking my draft wizards, they're gonna fucking tabulate all the scores, all that good shit. For people that are listening that want to be a part of the draft, come to twitch.tv/chumlord right after this episode. I'll get you set up. We're going to get you guys drafts. I think that it's super cool to have, the alumni fucking have their picks and then have these, the fucking plebs, the regulars, draft against that and see how their picks turn out. It's gonna be fun to be like, fuck you, Bruno, I fucking kicked your ass this season, suck my nuts or vagina, whatever you want. I think that's gonna be super, super cool. So if you guys are listening to this right now, I'll keep the draft open for a couple, probably 2 days, like right before the premiere. But let's go after this episode right here. We're gonna go and we're gonna draft. Everyone draft. Yeah, it's gonna be sweet. So
right.
Spencer and Bruno, you guys fucking get your picks ready. 4 picks. And I think that's what it's gonna be. Okay, so and again, thank you so much, Bruno, for coming on the show, wasting all this time. It's a shit show as always with On the Block, but we really, really appreciate it, man.
Thank you guys for having me. I love talking to you guys. I love coming on the block, man. This is amazing. So anytime, I love you guys, man. I love it. Thank you for having me.
Thanks, Bruno.
Love you too, motherfucker. And for Spencer B. Clausen, I guess I'm McCrae. Spencer, what do you got? That's it. All right. Well, thanks everyone for watching, and we'll see you guys next time on the block. Take care and fucking vote wisely.
Subscribe.
And subscribe, fucking do all that good shit. You know the drill, ladies and gents.
You guys are good.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know about that, but
hey, fun fact. When I was going on the show, I power watched all the On the Block podcasts.
Oh, and we have to thank you because you fucking definitely talked about On the Block during Big Brother Canada. Spencer, you got to pony up $100 to Bruno because I think he.
Fucking right.
Yeah, I think he talked. I think he talked about On the Block. USD, bitch.
Here you go.
Fuck. Pass it over.
All right. Thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Take care.
Take it easy.